Good morning, students. The topic that we are going to do today is active passive voice. Have you heard of the word voice in your school?
Yes, ma'am.
What exactly does a voice mean?
The way you speak, ma'am, like is if it is loud or not.
No, no. Okay, that is actually a part of phonetics. Okay, phonetics is a science of sounds, the utterances, the way or the manner in which we articulate. But voice in grammar is something else. See, whenever we have a sentence in English, the most important parts of a sentence are the subject and the verb. You must have known this, right? Your teacher must have taught you in your school days that a sentence is incomplete if in case we do not have the subject and the verb. Subject is what? Subject is usually the noun about which we are talking about. For example, if I say the phone is ringing, so what is the subject about which we are talking? Which noun are we talking about? The phone. And what is happening to the phone? Is ringing. Is ringing is supposed to be the verb. So any sentence is incomplete without a subject and a verb. So when we are talking about voice, whenever the subject is the doer of the action, the main subject is the doer of the action. The doer of the action is a subject, then the voice is called as active voice. Okay, whenever the object of the sentence or the something that is the second noun in a sentence becomes active and the subject takes the passive position, then we have the passive voice. We can understand with more examples. So by the end of this chapter, you will be able to understand the structure of an active and a passive sentence. You will be able to identify what exactly a subject is, a verb is, and an object is. And you also will be able to recognize the object and how to use it as a subject in a passive voice. So you will be able to use a passive sentence in meaningful situations and identify who or what is performing the action to use the verb appropriately. How do you identify a subject, children? Subject or a noun? In our school days, our grammar books gave a simple definition of a noun. What was it? Naming word. Okay, but I actually don't follow that. If I were to simplify and tell you what exactly a noun is, a noun is that word which actually answers to the question who or what. Who is there? A man is there at the door, so who, the man, becomes the noun. So when in a sentence, when you ask this question who or what, if you're getting an answer, that is a noun. All right, so now let us see what exactly is the structure of a sentence when we have active verbs. See, these are few of the sentences where we have nouns in bold. Okay, nouns in bold. For example, here the first question is, people speak Telugu in Andhra Pradesh. Okay, even Andhra Pradesh is a noun, but it's a proper noun. Andhra Pradesh is the name of a state, right? So it is a proper noun. But then otherwise, common nouns. There are two common nouns. People speak Telugu. Telugu also happens to be a proper noun uh, yeah, it is a name of a language. So people speak Telugu in Andhra Pradesh. Can you rewrite this in passive voice? See, what happens is, in an active voice, if I have a subject and an object, the subject takes the place of the object and the object takes the place of a subject. Sorry, subject. There is an interchange of positions. All right, the subject takes the place of object and object takes the place of the uh, subject. So what happens is, there is no change in the tense, there is no change in the meaning of the sentence, even if we interchange the position. So let's try doing this. You go to unmute yourself and try answering the question. The first one is, people speak Telugu in Andhra Pradesh. Now Telugu, if I put Telugu here in the beginning and I make Telugu as a subject, now change the sentence into a passive voice. Anyone can unmute and answer. Anyone? Without changing the meaning, without changing the tense, without changing the number of the verb? Can anyone do it?
Telugu is spoken by people in Andhra Pradesh.
Absolutely right. So Telugu is spoken. Why do I say in? Because the tense out here is present tense. Speak. All right. So if if in case the sentence was people spoke Telugu in Andhra Pradesh, what could be the answer? Telugu was spoken in Andhra Pradesh once upon a time. Telugu was spoken. All right. So if I say people are speaking Telugu in Andhra Pradesh, it would be Telugu is being spoken in Andhra Pradesh. All right. So let me write down. What did you say? People speak Telugu in Andhra Pradesh. Telugu
Spoken.
is spoken in AP. All right. So what am I trying to say? The most important thing you need to remember is the helping verb in the passive voice will let you know that it is a present tense. The third part, that is the third form of the verb, will tell you that it is the passive voice, and it is going to remain the same no matter which tense. Now I say people spoke Telugu in Andhra Pradesh, it will become Telugu was spoken, but this will remain the same. Spoken remains the same. If I say future tense, if I have to change the sentence into future tense, for example, people will speak Telugu in Andhra. When you go to Andhra Pradesh, don't be surprised. People will speak to you in people will speak to you in Telugu. So what do you do when it is will? Telugu will be spoken in Andhra Pradesh. The word spoken remains, constant. Remember that the only helping verb that precedes the main verb will change in passive voice. Got it, children? The next one is India defeated Pakistan in the Kargil war. Who will change it now?
Pakistan was defeated by India in the Kargil War.
Superb. This is past tense. So India, Pakistan was, because the tense out here is what? Past tense. Past tense tha karke we use Pakistan was defeated by India in the Kargil war. Okay. The next one is the director sent the memo to the staff. Other than Rishabh, somebody else also can answer.
The memo was sent to the staff by the director.
Superb. Exactly right. So Prasanna organized the event well. The event was organized by Prasanna very well. So have you understood? You actually found it easy to interchange the position of the subject and the object because I had highlighted them and I had made them into bold. But what is more important for you now is that when you get questions in your end semester or your examination, you will not find things like this as easy as it is available here for you. They will not bold the letters, they will not bold the subject and the object. So what you need to do is simply try and ask questions. Sometimes you will not have a subject also given to you and you will have to identify what the subject is. Sometimes they will give you the passive voice sentence and ask you to change it into active voice. I'll give you one example. Now it's a brain teaser for all of you. Other than Rishabh and Rishita, somebody else will answer. All right, just listen to it very carefully. If I say, I'm going to say this sentence, if you can note it down, note it down. The sentence is, we were stopped at the airport. Write the sentence. Okay, I'm going to write it here, otherwise, wait. Okay, I'm going to write it here. We were stopped at the airport. So, stopped at. Okay, we were stopped at the airport. Now, this is a sentence that they give you, and they have not told you whether it is a passive or active. They just tell you that change the voice of this sentence. And what are you going to do? All of you going to think about it and answer. Think about. I am going to give you only 1 minute time. Time starts now. So, if this is a question given to you and you're asked to change the voice, transform the voice. So what are you going to do? This is my snake plant. It's a very It's grown so well. See. All right. Who will answer? Is everyone sleeping?
Ma'am, but there is no subject in the statement, no, ma'am.
Sweetheart, that's the very reason I asked you to ask this question if you're listening to me from the beginning. Now ask the
Yes,
question.
ma'am, but that's a passive, that's in passive voice, no, ma'am.
Absolutely. It's a passive voice. That is very good.
But
Sai Kiran,
Ravi Krishna, ma'am, but that cannot be changed into active voice, no, ma'am, because there is no
it can
subject.
be.
By
It can be. It
but
can be. It can be.
who stopped them in the
You are.
airport?
That's what I've said. That's what I said, Ravi. I said ask the question and put it. Ask the question and put it. So here,
Okay.
these are the questions, the kind of questions that you will get at the degree level. You will not get the typical, very school-like, spoon feeding kind of questions. These kinds of questions are very tricky kind of questions where you will have to ask a question. Who stops us? Will a farmer stop you at the airport? Tell me. Will a doctor stop you at the airport? It's just a very general kind of a cliched kind of a statement. So who usually stops us at the airport? If you can't even think who stops you at the airport, then you can also use he or she or they. So you will have to ask that question: who stopped? Who is the doer of the action? Usually authorities, the police, the security, or they. So what will be the answer now? Tell me, Ravi. Try answering.
They stopped us. They stopped us at the airport, or the customs
Fantastic.
official
Fantastic.
stopped us at the airport.
Fantastic. The authorities stopped us at the airport. So the active voice may here what they've done is just a tricky kind of a question. They haven't given you the doer of the action. When they've not given you the doer of the action, you have to assume. For example, the second similar kind of another question I'll give. Right? See, the crop was harvested. What's the answer? Anybody else? Ravi got the answer. Ravi has understood this. Somebody else will question and then answer. Somebody else. The crop was harvested. Just to trick you, they ask you such kind of questions.
Farmer harvested the crops.
फिर से ऋषभ.
Acha, sorry.
Somebody else.
I th-
Is there anybody else also alive in your class? Why is your class so complacent and quiet? I'm not going to give you any one of you other than Rishabh and Sai, Ravi Krishna, and all these few people who actually participate, Rishika. These are the only people for whom I'm going to actually give the LORs and SOPs by the end of 3 years. A lot of students of your class, I'm sure, would love to go abroad to do their higher studies. I'm promising you that I'm not going to give you LORs and SOPs from my side. I write SOPs for a whole lot of students. I must have written about thousands of SOPs till now for my students, and everybody's SOPs got selected and they're doing really well outside. I'm not going to give, because if you are not, communicative enough, or if you're not interactive enough in the class, you're not going to get any kind of response from me either. All right. So the crop was harvested. You got to ask a simple question: who harvested the crop? Usually it cannot be a teacher who goes and harvests, usual thing. Okay, a teacher later can become a farmer, but then it is the farmer. So identify the doer of the action if such kind of tricky questions are given to you in your examination. So the crop was harvested. Who does it? Who did it is a question that you got to ask. Who or what did it? Okay, the dog, for example, if I'm talking about a pet, the dog did something. You got to identify who did it. So the crop was harvested. The farmer harvested the crop. So I'm going to take this, undo it again, and go further. So the rules for passive transformation are. The first one is, in passive transformations, the object of the verb functions as a subject of the sentence. So object becomes the sentence. For example, the car knocked the old lady. All right. The car knocked the old lady. So the old lady was knocked by the car. So what did I say? The passive transformation, the object of the verb functions, object of the verb, yeah. So the object is the old lady, and this comes here. The old lady becomes the subject. The usual example that Renan Martin or maybe the regular grammar lessons have is Rama killed Ravana. What is the answer? What, how change the voice of this particular sentence?
Ravana was killed by Rama.
Fantastic. Who is it who spoke? It was not Rishita. Somebody else.
Mansa.
Mansa, fantastic. But I received your mail also, Mansa. Thank you so much. So, fantastic. Ravana was killed by Rama. So, you know, if you see one thing, children, the people whose names are mentioned here are all the people I know. She's my best friend. Sudha ma'am is my best friend. Pavan is my favorite student. So you'll have all my relatives. Prasad is my chachu. So there are the entire lot of names that you will, you know, will come across this in this particular chapter are all my students and my relatives. So what happens is, whenever you are trying to transform a sentence from active to passive, the action or the doer of the action is the subject, will take the position of the object, and the object will take the position of the subject. So there are sometimes a lot of sentences which are confusing enough, and they need not be changed into active or passive. For example, Prasad washed himself. So you cannot, you cannot change that sentence that himself was washed by Prasad. So these are wrong kind of sentences which cannot be changed into active and passive. I will give you more examples. There are a lot of other examples. Madhubala has a beautiful smile. A beautiful smile has been by Madhubala is a wrong sentence. These sentences are wrong kind of sentences. So just because there is a second noun in the sentence does not make the second noun as the object. What is a simple way to identify the second noun in the sentence which performs the role of an object? Ask the question who or what. Okay, remember this, children. Who or what. Okay, next one. This is my sister's name, Meghna. Next one. The use of verb be is different from its use as a main verb, linking verb, and an auxiliary verb in the same. The example that I gave you earlier also here. I am a student of engineering college. Am is the be form of the verb. Some passive transformations are formed in be plus participle. What is participle? There are three forms of verbs which act like verb and noun. They are called as they are the participles, gerunds, and infinitives. So participle, gerunds, and infinitives act like verbs and action. So here it is. Some passive transformations are formed with be plus participle. So here is example. We got drenched in the rain yesterday. Drenched is a past participle. And here, student-centered learning is to be initiated in the college. You know, even if we change the tense, past tense, future tense, initiated remains initiated. That's why it is called as participle. All right. Next we will go directly to the exercise. Okay, there are some exercises, and later on we'll make each student answer the questions that are there as a part of the worksheet. Here it is, children. So Pooja sings a song is in simple tense, simple present tense. Okay, Pooja sings a song. How do you change this sentence into passive voice? Now we'll all do it together. Pooja sings a song. Now change it into a passive voice.
The song is being sung by Pooja.
Muskan, you are right that it is turned into passive voice, but then you're wrong. The answer is wrong. Muskan, the answer here needs to be very consciously be written because it is simple present. So jab passive, when you're talking about passive voice, in the passive voice also we should use simple present. Say Pooja sings a song. Sings matlab we'll have to write is. Okay. So Pooja sings a song. A song here. See, this is a object. A song is sung by Pooja. Got it, Muskan?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. We'll come back to your answer. That is ye wala. Pooja will be singing a song. When I have to transform this sentence, how will I transform? Pooja will be singing a song. I have to transform it this way. A song.
Will be sung.
No. Again, this sentence cannot be changed into passive voice. There are few sentences that cannot be changed. Here. Pooja was singing a song. Muskan. Muskan. Change it. आपका पिछले वाला आंसर.
Ma'am.
हाँ, tell me.
Yes, ma'am.
Pooja was singing a song. A song was being sung by Pooja. Being will be used. Okay. Next one. Next one is Pooja sang a song. That's a past tense. Change this into passive. A song was sung by. Fantastic. Song was sung by Pooja. This is song is sung. Song was sung. Next one. Pooja will sing a song. A song will be sung by Pooja. A song will be sung. So let me answer all these sentences and then we'll go on to the exercises which you will answer. Okay. So here it is. Pooja will sing a song will be a song will be sung by Pooja. Next one. Perfect tenses. Pooja has sung a song. A song has been sung by Pooja. Has been sung by Pooja. See, the word sung remains the same in any part. Pooja sings a song was sung by Pooja. A song is sung by Pooja. Song was sung by Pooja. Will be sung by Pooja. Has been sung by. So sung word remains the same. Only the helping verb is changing if you have realized. So Pooja had sung a song. A song had been sung by Pooja. Next. Pooja will have sung a song. A song will have been sung by Pooja. A song will have been sung by Pooja. Next. Pooja is singing a song. A song is being sung by Pooja. Is and being. This is what Muskan had answered earlier. Okay. So Pooja is singing a song. A song is being sung by Pooja. Pooja was singing a song. A song was being sung by Pooja. This sentence cannot be changed. Okay. Future continuous tense, we cannot transform them into passive voice. Pooja has been singing a song. A song has been singing nothing. Okay. So these perfect continuous forms, all the three forms cannot be changed into passive voice. Okay. And this also. So perfect continuous K and this one cannot be transformed into passive voice. Now let's go back to the exercises which I was talking about. Okay. So this one you can actually fill it up. We'll not do sing now. We'll do something else. Okay. Now these are some examples. What children, this I'm going to upload it in Moodle so you can actually have this chapter with you later on to understand. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. So there are some more exercises here later on. So you can answer them. There are a lot of examples given. Here it is. This donation. This is the organization that I work for. It's a company that it's an NGO that works for the education and health of rag pickers. So they get a lot of donations, books, and also that is used for teaching the rag pickers and also using the money for their healthcare. So UC is a company that I work for. You can actually search for BYOUSEE on the internet and understand how much work they're doing, genuine work they're doing. Okay, it's an IIM grad who's working for it. So these are the examples, children. You can actually see. So let's do this one exercise with 5 sentences, and we can proceed on to do the remaining part tomorrow. So first one is Sachin Tendulkar takes oath. as the member of Rajya Sabha. It was that year that he was doing. So I put the news, latest news during that time. So Sachin Tendulkar takes oath as the Rajya Sabha member. What's the answer? First, you have to identify what are the which is the subject and which is the object. Not Rajya Sabha. Okay, we'll have to take these. So Sachin Tendulkar takes oath. So oath is taken by Sachin Tendulkar as Rajya Sabha member. So this is just to confuse you. They add all such extra part of the sentence. So you will only have to identify the subject and the object and interchange the positions. While the remaining part, which is the adjunct, which answers to the question why, how, where, when. If the part of the sentence is answering to why, where, when, that is adjunct. That needn't be taken for transformation. The only part that has to be taken for transformation is who or what. Who or what in a sentence only will be transforming from passive to active. Kolkata Knight Riders lift 2012 IPL trophy.
The 2012 IPL trophy is lifted by the Kolkata Knight Riders.
Superb, excellent, very good. Thank you so much. Okay, Himangni Singh wins Miss Asia Pacific 2012 title. Miss Asia Pacific 2012 title is won by Himangni Singh. Ford to introduce solar cars in the market. Solar cars to be introduced by Ford in the market. Next, India suspends GM food crop introduction. What is GM food? Have you heard of it? You students who are into the business field must know something about GM food. GM food is supposed to be the genetically modified food, which is actually the cross breeding of plant and an animal. You know, they used to use these scorpion gene and the plant tomato gene to you know, crossbreed and produce a new kind of a crop that looks very beautiful. You must have seen, if you ask your parents, during our times, you know, we had these tomatoes which are very soft. You know, the minute you put it in the curry, they would melt and they would taste so good also, with a lot of it would be very tangy. But here this particular tomatoes that you eat are modified food which are made in the laboratory, which have less of nutrients and also have animal, some of them, not all, some of them have animal gene in them. So India suspends GM food crop introduction, which means that we have almost come to the end of active passive. So GM food crop is introduced in the market by India. All right, I'm stopping this particular slide, and we will actually go on to do the job hunt process mail. I'm going to show you Parth's mail, the response that he received from Surya from ADP. All right, so let's stop.